welcome back to another exciting episode of Cross Creek Classics. We are back here with another exciting episode and our final episode here for a while of our 86 GMC 3500 crew cab dually. And I want to make note too, we have another exciting reason for this is we have our Cross Creek Classics merch. It's available now for a limited time, limited production run too. I got a few made. If you're interested, let us know. Shirts are 25 bucks a piece, so thanks. Anyway, we're back here, guys, and we're real happy how this truck come out. Just to recap what we did to it, put a new carburetor on it, did a couple things under the hood. We did new belts and hoses, new fender liners on it. Going back here, we put all new weather stripping in the doors, all new felts, track felts, did the vent windows, we have vent window locks, rebuilt all that, all 4 doors. We went around and did the door jambs, touched up the paint here. We had some issues with the seam sealer coming out, a little bit of rust behind there, so we took care of it. Blake, he polished up the door seals and these aftermarket diamond plate ones that match the running boards. The interior, we just cleaned up the interior. Blake, he spent some time scrubbing up the carpets, scrubbed up the seats, did a real nice job. And then we hit him with a little bit of dye just to kind of take that faded look away. We wanted to maintain that original carpet as much as we could. Door panels, you know, they come out okay. The back ones we're really happy with. The front ones, we knew that this wasn't going to look real good, but waiting on new ones, you know, they're 12 to 16 weeks out, so this will get us through cruise season here this summer. New ones come in, we'll put them on. Also, too, the dash pad, I ordered a new dash pad. Same thing, it's 16 weeks out or so. So we're going to run like this summer. We got the air working, put the belt on the AC, charged up, put a new line under the hood there. One of the liquid lines was bad, put that on. One thing we still need to do yet is get the cruise control working. I've been working on it. I narrowed it down to there's a bad switch. There's something's opening in the switch, so we're going to get that installed here one day as soon as I get it in. And we left the old wooden console in, the old school console here with the cup holders. And one thing too I want to mention, I picked up this new old stock GM CB, 23 channel CB. Bought it at a flea market here a couple years back with the intent on putting it in the Trans Am, but it wouldn't fit, so we just put it in here. This thing had a CB antenna on it. We just kind of run with it. We put dual whips on here, 3-foot whips, just to kind of balance it out. And the CB works great. I got it hooked up. Obviously, we're out in the country, so we're not going to hear much activity on the radio. The back seat here, it's still waiting on the seat cover. Again, it's one of them, you know, 12 to 16 week out items. So, wife bought this off of Amazon, just a cheapo seat cover to get us through cruise season. And these door panels, they come out really nice. They look like just factory fresh. We picked up a set of floor mats for the back, just kind of dyed them to match the carpet. And then we did one of these carpet kits in the back here. The red was red, so it didn't match this, so I did gray. I figure the gray looks better than not matching red. Did that, put some new speakers in the back. Got some nice 4x10s off of eBay. The radio, it works sometimes. I'm going to take it out when I do the dash this winter and get it all reworked. It works sometimes, and then we're going to do new front speakers too eventually. So going around the truck, I want to give props to my son Blake. He spent a lot of time polishing these wheels out, and he got probably 4 or 5 hours in the wheels and another few hours in the running boards. Gave them a nice acid wash with brightener, buffed them back out. They really look good, really look nice. Got a new set of center caps and lug nuts that didn't protrude as much as the old ones did. And we wrapped them wheels with some new 245/75 16 Cooper Discover HT3s. Give it a nice look, nice highway truck look. We talked about lowering the truck initially, but I'm really happy with the stance of it here, and I don't think we're going to do that right now. Maybe later on, but I think we're going to run with what we got. Went through all LED lights. Well, we went through, put all LED bulbs and all the lights, except the back here. I need to do the back. These 5 here, I need to get new ones for that yet. Took the sleeper off here too. That's probably one of the most noticeable things. I really dug the sleeper. I really liked it, but just was really impractical and really noisy inside the cabin. That thing was basically just a big hollow fiberglass box. So it's gone, and we put a non-slider window in. I figure with the air conditioning, really didn't need that. We added the stainless steel bed caps to it to give it a finished look. Cleaned the bumper up. Again, Blake spent some time on that, just kind of cleaning up with some aluminum acid. Still got this one dent here. I'm going to try and find a paintless guy to try to take it out for us. It's in a bad spot there, but see what happens. Just walking around, you know, we still got the big truck mud flaps on it. Probably going to pick up a new set of the anti-sail bars. And I may shrink him down to the 18-inch ones. These are the 24s for big trucks. But they get that old school cool look about them. Got the back wheels here all polished up. And again, I want to give Blake a ton of credit. He spent a lot of time buffing out this paint. We never expected this thing to look this good. It's just got the right bit of patina to it. I actually had a guy wanting to know who did the patina on it for us, and I told him this is kind of the way it was. We just kind of, you know, buffed it up, and he wanted to know if it was clear coated. I'm like, nope, that's just acrylic enamel, just buffed out. So got the right look. You know, the truck's not perfect, but really has a nice look to it here. Got the top of the roof. He buffed it out too. Here's a shot of the. This is the antenna that's hooked up. The other one is just a dummy. And I want to mention too, I got the lights on the running boards working. Got that on there too. That was a kind of important thing for me to have all the running lights on this truck to work. Gives it that big truck look. And the old school stand-up bug shield, we got that on. One thing I'm going to do here too, eventually I'm going to put some fog lights on. I got a couple different set of old school fog lights. Not sure what we're going to do yet on that, but I'll pop the hood up here. We also left the old school brake controller in. It doesn't work. Well, I unhooked all the wiring. I took all the wiring out. It was all needing to be redone. I had some bad connections on it there, so we'll just leave it in for now. It probably will work if we ever need to use it. I don't see me towing much of this thing. But under the hood, we did a few more things. Want to thank my buddy Brad and his son Braden again for the stock air cleaner. Get that on there for us. Appreciate that, guys. Picked up a new overflow tank for the radiator. You can see the new AC line on there. And that's about it. Messed around with the cruise control here. I went through the module, I went through the actuator, and according to the book, it works with all the bench testing I did to it. So that's what led me to checking out the cruise control stock, which I did find an open circuit according to the test. But you can see the new wheel liners. But anyway, guys, this has been a really fun build. I've been looking for one of these trucks for quite a while. Didn't expect to get one this nice. We really lucked out. It was a local truck, low mileage truck, solid truck. My only thing I don't like about it is I really wish it would have been fuel injected, but that's always something we can do later on, just for the better fuel mileage. We've been driving this truck around just a couple times, and I'm guessing we're probably getting 8 or 9 mile a gallon with it, maybe. I really don't want to check. I don't want to know. But yeah, so anyway guys, that's going to be it for this video. As always, we like you guys watching, comment and like and subscribe, and we appreciate all the feedback you give us. If you have any ideas of what we could do to this truck to make it a little bit more 1986, let us know. Do want to find a turbo wing for it eventually. I really think that'll give it that next level of tow rig look. But anyway guys, that's it. We'll catch you later, and thanks again.